I've got something important to share with you today about a virus you might not have heard of. It's called human metapneumovirus, or HMPV for short. You know, it's one of those sneaky respiratory viruses that can really pack a punch, especially for kids and older folks. So, let's dive in and get the lowdown on HMPV, what it is, how it spreads, and most importantly, how we can protect ourselves and our loved ones. Alright folks, let's talk about what HMPV actually is. Human metapneumovirus is a respiratory virus that belongs to the same family as RSV, that nasty bug that can cause bronchiolitis in babies. HMPV was actually discovered pretty recently, back in 2001 in the Netherlands. But get this, it's been around for a long time, we just didn't know about it. HMPV has been silently causing respiratory infections worldwide for years. It's estimated that by age 5, pretty much all of us have been infected with HMPV at least once. But don't worry, most of the time our immune systems handle it like champs, and we might not even notice we had it. So how do you know if you've got HMPV? Well, the symptoms are pretty similar to other respiratory infections. You might experience coughing, fever, runny nose, and shortness of breath. Now let's talk about how this sneaky virus spreads. HMPV is transmitted through respiratory droplets, when someone coughs or sneezes. It can also spread by touching contaminated surfaces and then touching your face. That's why hand hygiene is super important. The virus can survive on surfaces for several hours, so it's pretty easy for it to spread in places like schools or nursing homes. Alright, so how do doctors figure out if you've got HMPV? Well, it's not always easy because the symptoms are so similar to other respiratory infections. Usually they'll start with a physical exam and ask about your symptoms. If they suspect HMPV, they might do a test called RT-PCR on a sample from your nose or throat. It's kind of like the COVID tests we've all become familiar with. Now, when it comes to treatment, here's the deal. There's no specific antiviral medication for HMPV. Treatment is mostly supportive, meaning we focus on managing the symptoms. This might include rest, staying hydrated, and using over-the-counter pain relievers for fever. In severe cases, especially for high-risk individuals, hospitalization might be necessary for things like oxygen therapy or IV fluids. So how do we protect ourselves from HMPV? Well, a lot of it comes down to good old-fashioned hygiene practices. Wash your hands frequently, avoid touching your face, and stay away from sick people if you can. If you're sick, do everyone a favor and stay home. And hey, those masks we've all gotten used to, they can help prevent the spread of HMPV too. Now, let's talk about what's happening in the world of HMPV research. Scientists are working hard to develop vaccines and specific treatments for HMPV. Some promising candidates are in clinical trials, which is super exciting. Researchers are also looking into how HMPV interacts with other respiratory viruses and how we can better protect vulnerable populations. It's a rapidly evolving field, and I'm stoked to see what breakthroughs are on the horizon. And there you have it, folks, the lowdown on HMPV. Knowledge is power when it comes to our health. By understanding viruses like HMPV, we can better protect ourselves and our communities. Stay informed, practice good hygiene, and don't hesitate to reach out to your healthcare provider if you have concerns. For more info on HMPV and other health topics, check out the resources in the description below. Stay healthy, everyone.